Sup, you six bitches? My name is Sterling and welcome to the channel. This would like to read some of the best and most upvoted stories on Reddit. And today's stories come from r/ChoosingBeggars. And in these stories, there's a couple choosing beggars that I'm just like, your kids are hungry. Your grandson is hungry. Why are you not accepting the food that is being offered to you right now in front of you? Like, why do you gotta be so choosy about what it is that you're putting into your stomach? Doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but these stories are so infuriating because just, you know. Let's get into them. Starting us off is Krykov. Choosing Beggar cancels professional photographer for cheap photos, regrets it, and demands free pictures. Client booked me for a wedding at $3,200. This is full package with engagement session, boudoir shoot, engagement party, and bachelorette party, and full day coverage up to 10 hours. That is a lot. If you know anything about photography, that is a hell of a freaking deal. I have a friend that does boudoir photo shoots, and she starts at like $3,000. And she's amazing at it, but like, this is fucking cheap for what they're getting. She found someone who was only charging her $50 for wedding photos and ended up canceling after paying the deposit, understanding that her deposit was non-refundable as it says on her ticket and contract. I had viewed the other photographer's work when she told me the name during cancellation and could tell it was someone who was either using a phone or just starting in the industry. I assumed, since the client was canceling me, that she had already done her research and decided that was the kind of photos that she wanted, so I didn't say anything. Fast forward to today, a week after the wedding, she sent me a very long message about how cruel it was that I didn't stop her from switching photographers and how unhappy she is with her wedding photos, and how I now owe her a newlywed session to make up for my mistake. I have not responded to this client yet, as I really have no idea what the proper way to respond to something like this is. I have never had someone message me saying anything like this. Well, first of all, OP, you owe her absolutely nothing. She is the one that didn't do her proper research. I don't know why she thought that hiring someone for $50 would have been a really good idea. Like, you get what you pay for. There are some things in life that you just pay for because it's going to save you so much grief and you'll be so much happier with the results that you don't go for less. Lawyers, accountants, photographers, there are some things in life that you should just go research quickly of how much things cost in general in that industry and then go, oh, okay, you know what? $100 an hour for a lawyer is actually pretty freaking good. $3,200 for a photographer to do all of this, which is insane, by the way. It's absolutely incredibly insane how many hours worth of work they're going to have to put into to cover a boudoir session, a bridal engagement, bachelorette party, and 10 hours of coverage on the wedding day. That is insanely good deal. You should have fucking not even... No. Bitch's fault, not OP's. Our second story is from Knights Abry 94. Minimum donation, $100. Just happened and thought it belonged here. Having a beer at the bar of a beach resort in the Bahamas, a middle-aged woman comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder. I turn around and she hands me a laminated card. My first thought is, wow, laminated, very nice. And then I read the text. My name is Cheyenne. I am deaf and looking for sponsors for a hearing aid. At this point, I'm buzzed enough that I feel like helping out, so I grab $20 USD and try to hand it to her. She shakes her head and taps lower on the card. Further down, it states along the lines of, to avoid difficulties, I am only accepting donations starting at $100. I turn my back and say, seriously? To which she nods, which makes me pretty skeptical she's deaf. So I say, okay, put the money back in my wallet and turn around. She taps me again and points at my wallet, nodding. Just tell her no, and she signs and walks away. Bloody cheeky. Fuck you! That is such a goddamn scam. Especially if you're scamming people, why would you not just accept the $20? Okay, maybe that tapping on lower on the card and saying no, $100 minimum donations, people will actually pull out more and give it to her. But hearing aids only cost like $500, $600, $700, okay, USD. But then she's at a resort for people from the US and other high-paying countries that probably deal in US currency while there because it's just simpler than their own currency of that country. So, like, why would you not just accept it? Why would you not accept anything? Just like, wow, you fucking bastard. Fuck you. Like, I really hate these scams that people do just because they don't want to work, they don't want to do something else, this is easy money, whatever. Like, there are legit people who are unable to physically do shit or mentally do shit that really and they go out in the streets and then they get treated even worse because, like, oh, you don't look like you need it, you're not dressed up for the part. There are people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars panhandling that just, it's easy money for them. As long as they go in a different part of their city and then they dress up before they go out, no one knows it's them. Oh, that's a rager is what that is. Fuck you. Our third story comes from Just Bus In Problems. I don't drink that brand. Yesterday, I went for groceries after work when I got approached by the entrance by a scruffy man asking if I were willing to buy him 1 or 2 cans of lemonade. It was pretty damn hot, so despite me being broke myself, I decided I could do this for him. It was in no way an unreasonable request. I even wanted to go above and beyond and get him some other small items he needed. So I walked into the store and he starts following me around, not letting me just do my shopping and instead hurrying me through the store. Fine. I would just cut my own shopping short to get this over with. I get a few sodas while he walks up to me with a 6-pack of Red Bull. I say to him, I don't even buy that for myself, it's too expensive, and offer to buy him a few cheaper energy drinks, or a few bottles of water, or actually the lemonade like he asked for. I only drink this brand. I look at him incredulously and point out that my own groceries cost less combined than this pack. He can get something else, but not a 6-pack of Red Bull. No, I only drink this. Can you buy me a few cans? At this point, we're at the queue. He's making a scene, and I just want to get this done, so I buy him a single can of Red Bull. But boy, did I feel stupid. You really shouldn't feel stupid, OP. I'm sorry that happened to you. That is a heaping whole pile of BS. I cannot believe that ChoosingBeggar just bait and switched you like that. Like, can I get a few cans of lemonade? And then all of a sudden he's run up to you with a 6-pack of Red Bull, which costs like $14, $15, $16, whatever the hell it is. Like, they ain't cheap. And then when you're like, can you get something else that's cheaper for energy drinks? He's like, no, I only drink this brand. It's like, why the f does that matter to you so goddamn hard, motherfucker? You choosing motherfucking beggar? Like, get fucked. Although it does really make me wonder how often this scruffy man in the story does this and how many Red Bull he gets a day. And does he drink them all? Does he need them all? Is that like literally the only thing that he guzzles down his throat is Red Bull? And where the fuck are his wings? Story 4 comes from Main Yogurt Closet 82. You chose the wrong person to ask for help. I was visiting a friend in Santa Monica, California. She's a very outgoing person and very involved in her community. We were walking down the road to get some dinner when we were stopped by a guy claiming to be stranded in Santa Monica and is looking for advice on resources where to go for some help. My friend tells him about a shelter just down the road. He thanks her for the help and then starts his spiel about needing laundry money if we didn't mind. My friend cuts him off mid-sentence. Oh, they have free laundry machines at the shelter. And then goes into another 10-minute dialogue explaining of the shelter and surrounding aid that he could pull from. She goes into heavy detail giving him the names of the shelter employees she knows who can help him get the bus ticket home or wherever he needs to go. Places within walking distance that are hiring short-term workers and don't mind you're from the shelter. She just goes on and on. This guy was like a deer in the headlights. Finally, she stops talking long enough for him to mumble a thanks and keeps walking. She then looks at me and says, it's always best to kill them with kindness, and gives me a wink. She knew exactly what this guy's game was. You know what, living there, I'm sure she deals with it quite a lot, and being involved that deeply in her community, she knows everywhere and everyone to help a person out. That is really cool that she is that resourceful and that knowledgeable about her area to help out people. But that is absolutely amazing that she just kept going on and on and on about everything there for like a good solid 10 minutes. And then he's just like, okay, well, I'm not going to get any money from her. This is just wasting my time. And she just won't stop for him to go, okay, thanks, bye. And he's not rude enough, I suppose, to just walk away. Well done. Story 5 comes from Miss Vixen 89. Choosy Mom in a parking lot. I was fresh out of a doctor's appointment and on my way back to work. Only enough time to stop by a local grocery store to get a few things because it was going to be a late work night at the office. When I finished my visit to the store I'm on my way to my car, I get stopped by a woman. Excuse me, can you help me? I have no money and I'm living in my car with my kids and we're hungry and just escaped a bad situation. I'm glad you got out. Is thinking and surprised to be approached randomly. Yeah, I can get you something quick. Looks at Subway knowing it'll be quick and filling. Let's go to Subway. Actually, can we get something from a Mexican cantina? I don't like the bread from Subway. Oh, well, I'm in a rush. Very unsure how to respond and is trying to think. Gets interrupted. Oh, that's okay. If you have any loose money, I swear I'll go in and get the food for my kids and I. I unfortunately don't have loose money and only my card. But if we can go to Subway, they have more than... Gets interrupted again. It's the bread. It just, I can't. I swear they are fast putting food together at the cantina. I really can't and don't have time. Thinking how else I can quickly help her and her kids. What about the deli section in the store? I need to get back to work. I'm sorry. Really, the cantina is fast. Maybe you can pull out money at the ATM. I'm sorry, I'm late back to work and I don't have time for the cantina. I then proceeded to walk away and all I could think of was how could you be hungry and choosy, especially when you have kids? Update. I offered things as well as from the grocery store deli section, and she said no. Yes, she had kids with her. I saw them. I really don't see anything wrong of what OP did, but there seems to be a consensus of people up her ass about not offering more options or going with the cantina or anything like that. But like, even if you, the parent, doesn't eat and you have problems with the bread, you could take off the fucking shit and eat that and not the bread. But if your kids are hungry, your kids are goddamn hungry, and you go do whatever the fuck you can possibly, okay, maybe you get sandwiches from that person. Go ask another fucking nice person, and you might get something else for yourself. But Subway's got salads. Subway's got a bunch of stuff. It doesn't have to be on a flippin' piece of bread. And it could be pita bread as well. They got other options. Okay, maybe this person does have dietary restrictions, but still, they have fucking salads. You could have got free food, but you are a terrible choosing beggar. It just makes me also wonder, like, she was so adamant on the Mexican restaurant. It's like, well, is that just drumming up business for the Mexican restaurant? Or is this person doing this as a regular thing? Like, hey kids, let's go to this restaurant. We just gotta find someone to pay for it first. But don't worry, mommy's gonna really try to get cash or just try to get them to order for us. Oh, fuck this. No. If you're in a situation where you are needy, you do not be choosy. Especially like if you're actually out of a bad situation, you're that extra needy, you do not be choosy. You take what comes your way. Fuck me. Story 6 comes from Reb Vixen. Homeless woman demands $5. I went to the library just to read and relax in the AC. And then go. But as I walked out, a woman asked if I had $5 so she could get on the bus. And I looked in my bag and all I could find was $2. But it was cash, so I gave it to her and said, I'm so sorry, it's all the cash I have. She said, thank you. So I walked over to my car and got in. As I'm putting my GPS to where I want to go, she comes out of my car, starts banging on my window and scared the hell out of me. But I still ask her, can I help you, hun? And she is furious and starts yelling and slamming my window saying, I asked for $5. This isn't $5. And I just keep telling her how that was literally all the cash I had. So she starts to yell how I need to give her free rides all day now since I had the audacity to give her less than $5. We went back and forth on, you're gonna drive me, to me being like, that's absolutely not gonna happen, until she says, I'm your elder. You're going to wait here for me to get my stuff and you're going to drive me to blah, blah, blah street. So she finally took her hands off my car and I waited till she was like 10 feet away and I backed up my car and got the hell out of there. That is a seriously shitty experience, OP. Especially after you already gave them $2. Like, I asked for $5. This is... And then explaining to them, like, this is all the money I have right now. Here you go. Maybe she missed her bus because of that reason. But, like... Ask someone else for an extra couple bucks. Maybe you'll get on. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? And then they're like demanding that they give you free rides or give them free rides. It's like, what the fuck are you thinking? Yeah, I'm gonna book it the hell out of there as soon as I can safely get the fuck out. Like, what makes you think that I want to be around you anymore? Especially after you just like came over, slammed your shit on my car, and then we had to argue about like, no, I am not taking you anywhere. Yes, you are. I'm your elder. No, just because you're old doesn't mean fuck all, lady. Go eat a dick. Sorry. Bye. Edit. I no longer give money out. If they ask for anything, I give them these goodie bags that has like a bag of chips, crackers, juice, and water. That is a smart choice. A lot of the times it's not best to give out money. It's best to give something like that, because it really sucks when you give money and they don't use it for that purpose, or they're an actual professional panhandler that lives in a flat that costs them $2,500 a month, and they need to be able to get money somehow for it, because God knows they can't actually afford it through their own real skills. Our final story, story 7, comes from Sarah Ellis, 77. In desperate, sort of desperate, need. I ran out one night to grab to-go Chinese food from a local strip mall. The parking lot had horrible lighting, and as I was pulling in, I almost mowed a man down in my husband's F-150, who was frantically waving for me to stop. I rolled down my window, and he proceeded to explain to me that he was far away from home, had a bum car, no money, no gas, and he and his grandson were starving. Could I possibly help them get something to eat? I said without hesitation, sure, let's run in here and get y'all some food, pointing to the strip mall. In the strip mall, there was an Italian, Mexican, burger, and Chinese restaurant. He looks at me and says, nah, my grandson only eats McDonald's. What? Edit. I probably should have clarified the reason I made a point to mention what I was driving and the bad lighting was that he practically ran out in front of me and flagged me down like it was an emergency. It sort of scared me. I want to know what this dude's end plan was. Like, there's all that food happening right there in that strip mall, but it's not good enough. He only eats McDonald's. Like, what about you, sir? Do you only eat McDonald's too? And I'm now wondering, is there even a grandson? Is there even a bummed car? Is there any point of this story that is even true other than that he is hungry and choosy and a bit of a beggary? And I'm just like, God, any of that food just sounds absolutely delicious. You're gonna go for McDicks over Mexican or Chinese or an actual burger joint or Italian? Like, what are you doing with yourself, man? Why would you not jump on any of these options, but you're like, nah, brah, I only eat McDonald's. Fucking shove a dick and shove that clown's dick in your mouth and you'll be full. Fuck you, choosing goddamn beggar. That was r/choosingbeggars. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to see more videos. Later, everyone.
It's open. It's open.
I don't go out on dates with guys who don't open the door for me.
Really?
Really?
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, man.
No, he didn't.